Hey guys, Hop here. Thank you for tuning in to the Nova Group. For the last several years, my most consistent carry gun has been this Glock 43. It's not a Glock 43X, it's an original Glock 43, and it's completely stock with the exception of the slide release. I think it's a Vickers tactical slide release. I don't know, I didn't put that on there. I bought this gun used, it was already on there, and I didn't bother changing it. Yes, this also has stock Glock bucket sights. I'm sure this is not the kind of high caliber carry gun you expect from an influencer such as myself, but hey, I do have a weapon light on there. I've been carrying this thing for years with a Streamlight TLR-6, which is one of the only weapon lights available for the original Glock 42 and Glock 43. They don't have accessory rails, so you have to get one of these lights that's basically a plastic clamshell that just clamps around the dust cover and the trigger guard. There are multiple versions of the TLR-6 for various handgun frame styles, as well as some that have actual accessory or 1913 rails, like the newest version of the Glock 43X. The TLR6 is pretty much the slimmest weapon light on the market. It does not protrude to the sides of the gun at all, so putting one of these things on a micro-compact gun does not make it any wider. You can get a lot more performance out of something like the Streamlight TLR7 or TLR7 Sub, but both of those are a lot wider than the TLR6. The reason I'm carrying a Glock 43 in the first place is because I want an extremely slim gun that's very comfortable to carry all day, in every circumstance with all clothing types. The trade-off is extremely low output. The TLR6 comes in at a whopping 100 lumens. It is powered by a pair of CR 1/3 N batteries. That's a lithium button cell named because it's 1/3 the size of an N-type battery. I think Energizer calls this thing the DL76, but you may also know it as the Aimpoint battery because a lot of legacy Aimpoints use these things. Obviously, we all fetishize high-output weapon lights with high lumen and candela, but that's not what the TLR6 is. It's just there to check the box on you have a weapon light on your gun. I know some guys live in mortal fear of those roving photonic barriers that prowl our neighborhoods looking for unsuspecting low-candela weapon light users, but luckily, Streamlight has introduced a new version of the TLR6 called the TLR6 HL. So just like the TLR1 HL was a higher lumen version of the original TLR1, well, I think you know the rest. The TLR6 HL is powered by a rechargeable lithium-ion battery and has 300 lumens, so that's getting at least a little bit closer to the TLR7 and TLR7 Sub, which I think both have around 500 lumens. Currently, you can only get the TLR6 HL in the version that also has the visible laser, either red or green. I think most of us, myself included, don't really care to have a visible laser on our carry handguns, but the TLR6 HL with the laser is the exact same form factor as the TLR6 with or without laser, so it doesn't matter. It'll still fit into the same holsters, and it's barely any more expensive than the TLR6. It's also very easy to just disable the laser. You hold one of the buttons down and press the other button and cycle through modes, light only, laser only, or both. The TLR6 HL always turns on in the last mode you used. I just got this one from Amazon. I think it was like 130 bucks. It includes 3 rechargeable batteries and a little recharging case thingy with a USB plug. Streamlight says the TLR6 HL will run for approximately 20 minutes continuously at max output from one battery charge, which is substantially lower than the approximate 100 hours of total runtime you could get on the TLR6 from 2 batteries. Given the increased output and the extreme rarity with which I think you and I can expect to use the weapon light on a micro carry gun like this, I'm totally cool with it. There was that one time I was camping and forgot to bring a headlamp, so I just had to use the TLR6 on my Glock the entire time because you don't know me, Ken Hackathorn. And yeah, I know, a bunch of you guys are going to be like, what the fuck, Hop? I thought you hated rechargeable batteries. And you're right, I do. I love nothing more than the convenience of taking a dead battery out of my weapon light and hucking it back into the ocean where it came from. But I'm trying to get with the times, you know? I finally came around on the Surefire dual fuel turbo because it's hard to say no to that much candela on a weapon light that's compatible with all the Surefire shit that I already own. This would be a lot easier for you guys that have carry pistols with red dots on them because you can just replace the light battery whenever you replace the optic battery. I'm pretty pleased with the TLR6 HL so far. It has noticeably brighter output than the original one. I'm also glad that I didn't have to replace my holster. This is a holster from Tolster Holster Company. Jesus Christ, guys. I've been using this one for several years. It's very basic and works perfectly fine. Also, my TLR6 was getting a little bit beat up because it is made out of plastic, and I do throw my gun a lot when I'm mad. Thank you guys for watching my silly little weapon light video. If you're not already subscribed over here at the Nova Group, you should, because sometimes we post weird stuff like this, and sometimes we don't. I'll see you guys next time. Hi, darling. Scruffy. Scruffy dog. Scruffy, scruffy, scruffy. Yeah. You're a good girl. I know this is probably not as fun for you as it is for us. Hey, they hit something.